ready? I was ready.
B.W.O. 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 Brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. In this world, things get hard cause we been blinded by ignorance, man. Fear the unknown to progress is a hindrance. Silence is consent, so let your voices be heard. Man, we brothers with opinions, now we spreading the word. Bringing light to the dark, revolution is an art. Man, a lot of people talk, but they ain't never walked apart. Gotta shine a light on poverty and fight against injustice. And always speak the truth when the enemy's amongst us. Brothers with opinions, big voice.
You hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey.
What up? What up?
What's up?
Zay? Superstar Zay in the
What's
building.
Up?
I don't care what
Well,
nobody says. Best running back in the whole country, baby. Just wait till he really gets the chance to shine.
You ready for this, Zayden?
Yeah.
It won't be too hurtful.
Nah, man. We just got a couple questions that you're gonna answer.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So first off, congrats to everything. You were what, player of the year, offensive player, defensive, and special teams,
Yeah.
correct? So congrats. Only a sophomore.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats. You're doing
He just started his 10th grade year. I don't think the world is ready for this young guy right here, man. When Patrick was telling me about him, because I was hype on Big Pat and stuff, and then I was looking, and I'm like, man, he might have the best running back in the state. He was like, I was hype on him for basketball, and Pat was like, man, he best at everything. But then he tries to tell me not to get your head too big. I'm like, nah, we ain't got to worry about that. Your game speaks for itself.
Right.
But I'm gonna be hype. I'm gonna be your number one fan. We can go back to like 2 years ago when we had C. Russell on, and I told C, I'm like, man, Zayden about to be the GOAT out of everybody from the area. and he loved that.
Hey, Chris. So as I see, let's give him his stats. Your stats right now, if this is up to date, you have 1,413 rushing yards and averaging 141 a game, and almost 8 a carry.
But does that include his playoff game the other day?
I'm not sure if it's up to date, but that's what I got on Max Preps.
You had 102 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
What happened in the second half?
They ain't need him.
You said
Would they not give you the ball in the second half?
they put the headset on him and let him call the plays. Yeah, so what happened the second half? They just rested you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, congrats. Who do you all have next? Do you know?
Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
Where's that game at?
Virginia Union.
Junior.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, a few questions for you. You guys got, so one of mine is, who is your biggest influence in your life?
Mom and dad.
Mom and dad? Hey, all right, I get it. Hey, I know Bettina, and yeah, I bet she is. She keeps you in line.
You got
All right.
great genes because I grew up and graduated with Patrick. Patrick's still the best running back Hanley ever had.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
And
So-
you're going to be better. Pat knows you're going to be better than him. You already kind of are better. And you're only in 10th grade.
And then, all right, Zayden, what's your favorite thing about football?
Being around friends and winning. I don't like losing.
We all get that.
Hey, well, you guys are winning and Hanley's knocked out, so congrats.
Thank you.
Yep. So also, what do you do for fun outside of sports? Because we know you do football, basketball, track, everything. So what do you do for fun?
I hang out with friends, play video games. Really, that's it.
That's and then training. That's
Yeah.
your training's your fun. Okay. Do you have any colleges you're interested in right now, or any of them interested in you? Have you heard anything?
Nah, I haven't really heard anything yet,
Nothing.
but hopefully after I post my film, someone will reach out.
Yeah, it'll start. Yeah, you're still only so it'll start heavy next year. Your junior year is very important. So yeah, put that stuff out on social media. X everything. That's your biggest recruit right there. And then what is your goal in life? Be it football, basketball, or anything? Do you have any goals set?
Make it D1.
There you I get, yeah. And I think you will. I think you will definitely be D1.
Just continue to put the hard work in, man, and stay humble.
Yeah.
Just don't let shows like this blow your head up. Don't let people blow your head up. Just stay a humble kid like you've always been, man.
Yeah, Zayden, I've known you since, I don't know what, the assault days. And when I saw you, I was like, man, this kid is special. You know, they come along every once in a while, and you notice at a very young age that this kid is special, and you are.
Yep.
I mean, you're very talented, stay humble, and all that. How's your grades? They good too?
Yeah.
That's important. You got a 4.0?
Very. I think, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
All
remember
right.
when they're recruiting, man, they want a scholar athlete, man. They want an athlete that's doing it in the classroom and on the field, man. So just keep that always in the back of your head, man.
Always.
And my biggest question to you, I'm gonna put 2 into 1. Who's your biggest idol, player wise and non-player?
Player wise, I mean, I don't really watch football like
Okay.
when I'm not playing.
Mhm.
Like outside, by my dad. I mean, like all the stuff that I'm doing is trying to like beat him.
Okay.
Like
You
his
almost
records
had
and
more
stuff.
rushing
So
yards than him. A
yeah, I
couple
know.
weeks ago, you had like 260,
Yeah,
and he had like 278 or something, 277. So you wasn't far off.
yeah.
And I spoke to him, and he said, "You said you're not only going to break his record, the school record, but the state record. What is that, like 500 yards, right? The state record."
I think.
Yeah, it's 500 something, I believe.
Well, I'm gonna tell you already, you are Pat Burks, man, because you got them blood genes. The genes are in you, guys. So you are a Pat. you're just a younger version of it.
Yeah.
They just better hope he don't end up getting the size of his dad, because it's over.
Yeah, you're still growing though, man. So you never know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I ain't
that's the
gonna
main
lie.
question to you, man.
My dream scenario is for this young man and Tristan to team up and
Oh
dominate.
God, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
We might not be able to speak on it like that because they still playing, but that's my dream scenario. Tristan go to Skyline or Zayden go to Hanley, because I don't think nobody can stop it. That's like Lamar and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that would be nice, man.
Yeah,
I just have my dream
that would be
scenarios.
crazy.
You know,
Have you thought? Well, you put it out there. No, I'm not putting you on the spot, Zayden. If you've thought about trash, I'm not doing that to you.
I'll just say at least he does have an address in Winchester, because that's where Pat lives. So hey,
it done started something now.
yeah, we'd have to talk to Miss Bettina, but you know, because Mom always have the last say.
It's very true, but I'm a firm believer if something's not broke, don't fix it, man. So if you like where you're at, stay where you're at. You know what I mean? That would be a dope combination, you and Tristan, but you got to go with your heart and your head, man.
Yeah.
If you're good, they will find you. Regardless, just remember, they will find you.
Just keep grinding, man.
Yeah, keep grinding. You got any questions, Chris? For him?
Nah, but you and Wayne are UVA fans, and I know they could use Zayden right now.
Yeah, please go to UVA.
I'll think about it.
I would love it.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Math, nice. You got to be good at numbers, and we can see you are when it comes to playing on the field.
Yeah.
What do you like about math?
I don't know. Some about it is just easy to me.
That
It's not always easy.
Too. I think it's because it was just easy. It comes easy to you.
Math, like troubleshooting, problem solving. So
yeah,
you know, that's a lot of brainstorming and thinking. So that's a good subject, actually. And you need that in life after high school, college, all that is always going to be in your life.
Well, that leaves the question. So what do you plan? What's a plan B if sports don't work? Like, what do you want to study or be in life?
I haven't really thought about it yet, but probably should start thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still a sophomore. I mean, you got plenty of time. There's people that go to college and still don't even have a major. So you got plenty of time to figure out what you want to major in.
Yeah.
And a lot of people go and then they switch majors during school because they're like, oh, this isn't really what I want to do. You do got plenty of time, but I will tell y'all like this. In 2.5 years, it's going to fly by.
Yeah, I know.
It goes by quick, man. So enjoy it while you can, because all of us wish we could go back to school and run around and have free lunch and everything else, man. It's not the same once you get out, so enjoy it.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, just a heads up when you go to college, man. Look, there's a lot of things that go on at college, man. whatever you're doing in high school, continue to do it when you go to college, man. Don't get caught up in the off the field knucklehead stuff. Just stay focused, man, and stay humble.
Always.
All right. So Zay, do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Mom and dad.
Mom and dad.
I love that, man. I love that.
Mom and dad.
There it is, man. There it is.
That's how you know somebody's being raised right, man, because some people are say, whoever they want to say that's random, but to say your mom and dad, that shows a lot, man. That shows that your upbringing is great and that you really have a lot of love and respect for both of your parents.
Yeah.
So I love that, man. Keep staying grounded.
So tell everybody what day and what time y'all play.
I think we play at 7 and Friday.
7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Friday. So
yeah.
You can make it out. Try to make it out.
It's at Virginia Union?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they start going, I guess, neutral sites now, right? Second round and all that stuff. Once they get past the first.
Yeah, it's neutral sites.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know just because Hanley's knocked out don't mean anything. Y'all better go down to his game. If I wasn't up here in New York, I'd go, but I can't go down there for one night and have to come back for work.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up, man. I don't work Friday, so I'll be there.
All right.
So don't even look for me. Just know I'm there, man. Just
all right.
do a show for me, man.
All right, Zay. Well, it was a pleasure having you on, and hey, stay positive and keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop anything you're doing right now, because obviously it's working.
All right.
And he's about to be the best player on the court when this season's over too. So y'all get ready for the next sport.
Yeah,
when it comes to track and field too, like this is not just a phenom in football. This is a phenom in 3 sports.
Yeah, man. Big ups, man. Stay healthy, man, and good luck, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you coming on, Zayden.
Appreciate you for having me.
All right, man. Have a blessed day. Tell your mom we said kudos and congrats to raising a great, outstanding young man.
All right.
All right, Zayden. Take care.
You too.
All right.
Peace.
Later. So there was a famous Zayden Burks, everybody. That kid.
If he's not famous yet, he will be.
Huh?
I said, if he's not famous yet, he will be.
He's going to be famous after this.
Famous in the area to be 15-year-old 10th grader and dominating like that. To be 4th in the whole state when you're in 10th grade.
Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders, man. I mean, big up to his parents, Pat Burks, Patina. Keep doing the right thing.
Yeah, they definitely raised a good young man there. So good luck to him. And yeah, we definitely have to go to that game Friday.
I'll be there.
Don't be all talk. You be about that action, boss.
I'll be there.
Are
you going?
I'll go. Let's roll.
Well, we're riding there.
Let's roll. Jeez. All right. So
Tony,
a great young superstar in the area. Just had a very good kid, like we keep saying. Very, very good kid. Great kid, I should say, and very humble. At that being only 15, a sophomore right now. So doing his thing. So moving on.
You already know. Coming to you live Sunday, November 17th. Already about Thanksgiving time, and I'm going to let y'all know what I'm thankful for. My B.W.O brothers. Zeb, say something this morning, baby. Let's get it. Let's get the people hyped.
Okay, well, I want to start off by apologizing for live streaming the Mike Tyson fight. I might have got us in a little bit of trouble with Netflix. Netflix shut it down. I didn't think they would take it so serious.
Well, Zeb, I got to say this, though. Kudos to you, though, because you went out there on a limb.
I didn't think they would be that strict about it.
Man,
if we do get in trouble by Netflix, guess what? That's a huge win. Netflix ain't no small time company.
Well, actually, they should get in trouble. They should get in trouble because it kept freezing up. So I'm paying for this subscription, and it keeps freezing up.
This was their first time trying to do a live streaming on an event like that, and they were not ready. A lot of people said Netflix lost out on that. They said they messed up.
Yep. But hey, Zeb went out. I was like, man, he's going to go live. But we tried to warn you. But hey,
I didn't. I told him he was fine.
I'm surprised. Honestly,
yeah,
I
think he was wrong. Well, it's just a brother with an opinion.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I'm surprised this is the first time our page has been suspended. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, man. You go against a corporation, like that's a big company, you know. They shut it down. They used to shut us down for our intro music.
That's why I always let my followers know this is only for entertainment purposes only.
That's it.
Netflix and Jake Paul should be suspended for making all these rules. Tyson was not allowed to knock him out. Mike Tyson was not allowed to hit him with an uppercut. And that's why Tyson said he started falling back and fell away, because he was like, he couldn't be what he wanted to be, even at his old age. And I was like, that's whack.
Yeah, let's talk about the fight, since they brought it up and got us suspended on Facebook.
All right. Tyson was standing flat-footed, man. He was just standing there. That's what, I don't know if it's old age, if he's too old, he don't have the explosiveness anymore.
He doesn't, really, but he could have hit him with a few uppercuts and laid him out. And they made rules to say he can't.
Well,
he was just standing flat-footed, though, Chris. Just standing there. The other guy was circling him, throwing jabs.
The other guy's 15 years younger than we are.
I know.
And Tyson's old enough to be, well, all of our granddads, unless you're born in like 78 or something, Tony.
I can tell you how rigged it was, man. Like, so if you watch certain punches that Jake Paul had thrown at Tyson and kind of missed with it, Tyson was coming to counter that, and then he just like held off on the counter punches, man, and he was biting his gloves a lot. So
the biting gloves really got, because
so that was basically letting him know he was training himself. Hey, look, I can't throw these things. I can't throw them. I can't throw them. So there was a lot of times where Tyson looked like he was coming with that right hook, and then he just didn't come through with it because he knew he was going to crush Paul, man.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like you say, I think it was, we'll just say we all was looking forward to the fight. And I think what fans was hoping we'd see the old Tyson. And of course, we watch out of curiosity, but deep down, we all knew it was rigged in entertainment.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And Mike being, 58 years old, I still say, you watch his training videos, this and that. It's like, there's no way he's that bad of a fight. Like you said, Wayne, like he's in there flat-footed. No uppercuts were thrown, his typical, uppercuts. And to me, Mike was holding back. And that may be why he was biting his, you know what I mean? Like,
bro, he was definitely holding back. Like you just said, you watched the training video. You saw the footwork, man. It was super quick. And then when he got in the ring that night,
nothing. Yeah,
dude, it was like he was like just walking around.
He was just
because they made those rules and stipulations. Jake Paul made all these rules and stipulations.
Well,
right.
Because what was the rule?
It was his production that basically said
it was all for money and show. And shout out to Mike for getting $20 million. Right. But at the end of the day, man, me being that kind of legend, I wouldn't have done it. I would have hit him with an uppercut right away if I was Mike.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. It's like Mike took basically for real boxers. Like,
yeah, but he ate everything that Paul threw at him, though. It's not like Tyson came out of there looking like he was really beat up. Like Tyson ate it all, man, and he just kind of laughed it off, man. He's like, yeah, they said I was making $20 million, but by me following the script, I made more than $20 million.
Probably.
So he got an added bag to what they had signed up for, man.
Yeah, because the rules were like, if Tyson knocked him out or beat, like in the
he wouldn't get no money.
The first 7 rounds, basically. So basically, the fight had to go the distance,
right,
for him to get his money. So I get money talk, $20 million.
It was one of the worst scripts I've ever seen written.
Oh yeah, the crowd was booing but like it was boring. Like. Literally, they're just like, we're just gonna get through these 8 rounds and collect our money. That's all. That's all it was.
And what's crazy is the celebrities showed up like it was a Tyson Holyfield fight.
Yeah, like
and I'm like, y'all out there thinking y'all about to see some craziness. That they should have all known. Gronkowski and all these people that's there. It ain't gonna be no Tyson fight for real, because Tyson would have hit him with the uppercut. That's why he said no uppercuts. Paul did. He would have hit him with the uppercut when he had a chance. It would have been a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just celebrities just trying to support their promotion. You know what I mean? Like they know that.
I'm with you. They knew the deal. Like they all knew.
I mean, some of those celebrity athletes, they have scripts, so they know the deal.
Yeah. But kudos to Mike. He's almost 60 years old. The man did. Hey, I've never boxed. I'm sure none of us have never boxed. It's not easy though. It's a physical sport. That's why they cut it to 2 minutes. Could you imagine Mike going 3-minute rounds?
Man, Mike could have done it, man. Like I said, I watched his training leading all the way up to this fight, man. That dude could have murdered that guy in that ring, man.
I agree with you. I feel it. Yeah, it was just something odd about it. And
A
you
man
could
of that age should not be moving that quick and hitting that hard still, man. Like, you tell me he didn't hit that man at all? What they say?
He landed 18
They
punches.
say he landed 18 or something?
18.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
He only threw 97 punches.
Yeah.
He was holding back the whole time. And it's because he was like, whatever, I'll get this money. I'm already who I am. But I think if I was somebody like that, I don't think I would fold for the money. I'd have just been like, all right, I got you. And then as soon as it starts, bing, good night.
I'm thinking that whole slap when they came in for the weigh-in, I think that was all staged too, man.
Oh, yeah, all of it, man. But you tell when he slapped him, because when he went to slap him, he backed up. Like he didn't step into the slap.
But Jake Paul stepped on his foot and wouldn't let go. And that's why Tyson slapped him.
Well, yeah, but like Wayne said, it's all probably to sell tickets or what people, to hype the fight up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I don't know what was up with the situation with him grabbing his shit, and then at the end of the fight, he was walking around and his ass was hanging out, bro. Like, what was up with that?
We all know Mike is a little odd, but
come on, Mike. Was you at them Diddy parties, Mike?
But we still love him though.
Nah, Mike's my guy, man. Big ups to Mike, man.
I mean, Mike is a living legend for sure.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, Jake Paul does look like that character off of Mike Tyson's Punch Out, though.
Glass Joe.
Glass Joe versus Tyson, man.
Right.
And there was 190 countries tuned in to watch.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I believe it.
Big up to the promotion team.
Right. So, all right. Well, we talked about that. Moving on. Big ups to Mike Tyson. He's still our guy. And Jake Paul, I don't really care for him. That's just me. I think.
Here's my thing. Jake Paul's only lost once. He's only lost once so far, but the people he fights are UFC fighters who aren't real boxers, and then retired people that's old. So
yeah, I mean he's a YouTuber, man. He's all about whatever. Hey, the man.
He's in real great shape now, and he can fight, but fight somebody that's worth fighting.
Well, the thing is, do we really know he can fight? Like you just said, he hasn't fought a legit, except Tyson. But the thing is, we know it was just rigged. But he's fought one true boxer, right? And he lost that fight.
And the ref called him out or whatever, right? Not the ref, the guy that was announcing. He was like, "So you said you want to fight Canelo?"
Uh-huh.
And he kind of held back from that because Canelo's still in his prime, even though he's older. Canelo would fucking rock that dude probably.
Yeah.
The thing is, Jake Paul's bigger than him. I ain't gonna lie. Jake Paul's a big-ass white boy.
Hey, I mean, he's in shape. He's been whatever, but can he box? That's the question. It's the only thing that gets on my nerves, and this is the last thing. We'll get to local scores and stuff, but it's just everybody tries to treat him like they talk about him like he's a legitimate boxer.
Would you want to get in the ring with him?
Probably not, but still, I'm just saying. Like, am I right or wrong? They talk about this guy like he's a legitimate, like he's done something.
But he's making money, man. He made $40 million.
I'm not hating. I mean, hey,
it's because he's an entertainer, man. That's all he is.
Yeah, he's an entertainer. The guy can promote. I'll say that.
He's got a lot of followers, man. Like on social media, man. That's why he's big.
People actually, they asked Tyson if he was done. He said, "I don't know. I might fight again."
Yeah, I know.
And then they said, "How are you gonna fight?" He was like, "Jake Paul's brother."
Yeah.
He said that, and the dude, I think his name is Logan. He was like, "I'll knock you out, Mike."
Yeah, like I say, it's all staged. It's crazy. So, all right. So, moving on to local scores, everybody. Now we're into playoff season in Virginia and West Virginia, and poor West Virginia. They're no scores for them because they're got some kind of injunction going on, and playoffs have been postponed, and blah blah blah. So, we feel that has to do with ineligible players and everything, but West Virginia played no playoff games this week. Probably next week they'll start. So
that's because the only two teams really good are both in Martinsburg.
Yeah, Martinsburg and Springfield. Yeah. So moving on, we got because Chris is just like, how are all these teams in our class? But we are going to go through all the scores in Class 4. Okay. So starting off, number 1 George Washington beat DC Glass 24-7. Our Hanley judges fell to Salem 31-28. Sharando stomped James Wood 48-7. Jefferson Forest beat Orange County 33-6. Churchland beat War Hill 35-15. Hampton beat Denbigh. I guess is that Denbigh? Is that how you say the high school name? I have no clue.
How do you spell it?
Denbigh.
That sounds right, Denbigh, but I never heard of them.
No, never heard of them. But they
Maybe
lost.
that's why Hampton's in our whatever you just said, class 4A, because that's crazy, man.
Yeah, so they won 45-8. Loudoun Valley fell to Woodgrove in a tight one, 16-14. Loudoun County defeated Heritage 31-27.
Heritage out of Leesburg area or Heritage from Lynchburg?
I'm not sure which one. I'd have to look that up. But true, there's 2 Heritage high schools. So then you had Dinwiddie defeated Powhatan 28-7. King George over Cortland 26-7. Varina over Hanover 42-14, and Huguenot defeated Eastern View 49-14. There you go.
I have a few things. First of all, do you want to speak about schools that I can't believe Hanley would have to play them? Like Hampton, Hampton's the best team all time in Virginia, and they put nothing but big D1 players in college every year. I don't know how they got put in the same region as Hanley. That's crazy.
Well, you got Phoebus too. Phoebus is
they're all from
they are
those
legit.
areas.
Like Phoebus is a powerhouse. But that's just that, like you got class 3, class 2 schools. We talk about this all that dominate. First
Kettle Run
is John Marshall's basketball team. What they're class 2, but they're like nationally ranked.
And we know why, because it goes off the amount of students enrolled in the schools. But like no school from Richmond should be compared to a school from Winchester and Berryville and Stevens City. That's crazy.
I don't know, Chris. We're growing.
Yeah, we're growing. We're growing.
I think what it is people they can't accept the fact that Winchester is getting bigger in Frederick County. Like, dude, they want Sharando to go class 5, move up a class.
Well, Sharando's been the best team in our whole district for years.
Because
they'll build a new high school before that'll happen, though. They'll never let that happen.
And which they are. They're
building another school.
Mm-hmm.
But you know who's never going to build another school? Winchester.
Nah, Winchester's boundaries are filled.
So what are they going to do when Hanley gets to 2,000 students?
Right. They're going to have no choice but to have to build another. You cannot have that many kids in a school, under one roof.
Yeah, but if they built another high school in Winchester, it would be 2 small schools like Clark County. We'd go down to play in Strasburg.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's no way you could have that many kids under one roof. I mean, I've seen 14, 15. Like, how big are class 6 schools? What's their student population? Is it like
3,000 plus?
Okay, well, damn. Okay. So I don't know. I just feel one time they won't have a choice, but they'll have to build another school.
And I want to speak about Hanley.
Speak about what?
Yes, they went to Salem, who has been a powerhouse for a long time and won many state titles over the last 15 years. But Hanley had them 21-10 at halftime. Unfortunately, the last run of the first half for Conby, he got hurt. But this young man had 241 yards in the first half. They could not stop him. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous for a whole game. A half?
And 2 touchdowns, right?
So we were down our star quarterback, a freshman sensation, Tristan, and then down Hassan Akambi. Like that's a lot to overcome. Yeah, but we was up, man. So I don't know what – I wasn't at the game, but it seems like they were taking it to Salem.
Yeah, they were up 21-10 at the half before, Hassan went down. So, I mean, hopefully Hassan's all right. I think he hurt his shoulder is what I heard. Is why he had to sit the second half. But yet 241 yards. He was going for a state record. But I mean, 200 in the first half.
Yeah, when I told Wayne was like, cut it out. Tell me the truth. I'm like, I'm telling you the truth. 241.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
that's
we love Zayden, and we just had him on. We talking about 260 yards, very impressive. Now he's a 10th grader, and Akambi's a senior, but 241 and one half is just that's mind boggling. That's crazy.
yeah,
What
that's
college is that man going to for football? Is it Miami, Notre Dame, USC? Because he got to go to one of them schools, man.
But nah, big up though, man. I mean, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns and a half. That's better than 4 quarters of game numbers for an average running back, really. So I mean, that's killing it, man. Really.
Right.
Nobody averages 241 a game in Virginia.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Big ups. I mean, just imagine if he wouldn't have got hurt, man. Like that kid might have been 500 plus rushing yards. Who knows?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's sad, man. 2 weeks in a row to lose Tristan and then lose him. Life happens, injuries happen, but it still sucks. It's like Hanley's so cursed.
It was a big blow. It did not help at all. But other scores we'll touch on because that was class for. We'll get on Clark County, undefeated Clark County went down the first round of Madison County 21-0.
That's surprising. Do you know more about that game?
That shocked the hell out of me.
They were 10-0 and just beat that school.
Mm-hmm. It was in Clark County too. Yeah. Shut out. And then Woodstock fell to Buckingham County 12-7. Strasburg destroyed Fort Defiance 44-6. And Skyline defeated Brentsville District 35-7. And then Kettle Run beat Warren County 56-3.
You keep saying Woodstock. Is there a Woodstock High School? I thought it was Central.
Central.
Oh, did I say Woodstock? Yeah, Central.
That was confusing me. That's why I was like,
because
hold on,
they
must
list
have built
them
another
as
school.
Woodstock, because there's so many Central high schools. But yeah, it's Central in Woodstock. They fell. So you still got who in the playoffs? You got Strasburg still alive, Skyline, Sharando. And am I missing? So I think that's it.
From our area?
Yeah, in our area, Frederick County. So they're still alive.
Frederick County, Warren County, Winchester.
Yeah.
Because Martinsburg and Spring Mills, of course, are still in it whenever they figure out when they're going to play.
Yeah, when they figure it out.
Jefferson's in too, right? Jefferson's still alive.
Yeah, Jefferson. Yeah, Jefferson won. You talking about Jefferson Fours?
I'm talking about Jefferson and Charlestown.
Oh, well, we won't know until their playoff bracket comes out. It's
not Jefferson Forest. That's down there by Lynchburg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm talking about our area.
Yeah. So West Virginia will be discussed hopefully next week.
I think Washington from Charlestown's in it too.
Oh, I think they all did. This is the thing I talk about high school sports. Now it's like every school makes it.
Millbrook didn't make it.
In West Virginia, it seemed like it. I'll have to do that next, but it seems like they put almost every school in the playoffs now.
So there's participation trophies.
Yeah, basically.
That's what we got when we play Little League.
Right.
Yeah, that's weird. They changed it a lot. But Tony, you're a coach, so you probably should know a lot more about all that.
Dude, I follow high school sports, but I don't even try to keep up with these districts and the way they've broken it down. That it's like with you know how you're so confused. It's like how I don't even try to keep up with it.
Yeah, so you just put me on last week or whatever that Skyline and Kettle Run are in Hanley's district, the same district, but they're 3A and 4A. So how come Hanley doesn't play all those schools in the same district then should play each other?
It doesn't make. I don't get it. I'm not even.
Hanley didn't play Skyline.
I'll research it sometime, but I don't feel like getting all into it.
Wayne, Zeb, what y'all think? If you're in our district, wouldn't you think you play all of those high schools and then the other games are ones out of the district?
I mean, that's how it was when we were growing up.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
When we grew up, we were in the same district as Warren County, right?
Yeah, but we had everybody. We had Manassas, we had Parkview, we had Broad Run. Like,
Osborne.
We don't play none of those schools anymore, man.
Dude, I don't even think some of them schools have a football team anymore.
I mean, they
He
got
used to play loud.
Dude, I'm telling you,
run.
I don't think Parkview does.
Parkview doesn't have a
Yes,
football
I
team?
don't think they have that because their student population has gotten so low because of new school, they can't even field a team.
They were beasts when we were young.
Oh yeah,
Man, they were a powerhouse.
and now they don't even have a team.
They had a receiver that played for the Philadelphia Eagles that went to Parkview.
Yep. And then so yeah, it's crazy. Some of these kids, because I read where they just decide, if they want to play football, they just go to another school in that district to play for that school.
Mm-hmm.
But they still go to Parkview or Broad Run or wherever. But they say that's why I guess they say the sport is dying, but I don't think it's dying. It's just you ain't got enough damn kids that want to go field a team because the school's gotten so small.
In football, there's a lot of positions.
Mm-hmm.
You really have 22 starting positions, and that's offense and defense, and that's not counting the long snapper, the kicker, and the punter.
But I say that's not counting special teams because
So that's at least 25. And some kids don't start. Some kids don't start, like you said, on offense or defense, but they start on special teams.
So yeah, it's more positions than 22 because a lot of coaches put just their reserves in for to give them playing time. A lot of the backups or whatever are on special teams.
And some of the best athletes are also on special teams because they don't want people trying to run it back or get them onside kicks. They'd be like, nope, all the goats are in there. They're current goats. Nope, Gronkowski's in there.
Well, that's an adjustment, but I'm just
saying, get that ball.
The regular special teams unit. But yeah. So there's your local scores, everybody. And the
B.W.O will be down there at the Skyline game next weekend on Friday.
Yeah.
Got to go see Zayden. First team all district in 3 positions, man. That's pretty damn impressive. You can't be any more than that.
B.W.O will be live streaming the game.
Yeah, don't do that, man. That'll get us shut down. Last time I did that, we got shut down.
We might get suspended again.
I'm scared of social media right now.
No, screw them.
Nah, we couldn't get in trouble for that though. Like we could stream a high school game through our platform. Like we can't get in trouble for that.
I saw the Hanley game because Claire Prosser had the whole game on Facebook.
Yeah, you can do a high school game. There's nothing.
There's no stimulations or regulations on that.
You guys know anybody overseas or in California or Texas or something that got the VHSL network? Yeah, only if they have a kid or somebody they really wanted to see.
No.
Netflix, the whole world has it. So that was the difference. Zeb went up against the big boys. Zeb was Jake Paul that time, and Netflix is Mike Tyson.
Yeah. The knockout blow.
Going up against the corporate giants.
Right. So, all right, fellas, you want to move on to our first topic?
Well, you already know what it is. Let's get federal real quick. Pull it out the reserve.
We're going to discuss the Federal Reserve, which Wade, he's all about this because he's like, man, I'm telling you, the Federal Reserve controls everything. Y'all better know.
It's that federal note, man.
Right? So Federal Reserve, how they control everything. It's the banking system. If you all do not, the central banking system.
Yeah, it's a central banking system, guy. You know what time it is.
Yep. So the Federal Reserve, right? So we're going to talk about it, touch on this a little bit. Now we feel, because I'm telling you, everybody, the president don't control everything. It's the Federal Reserve. It is a select group of people that control everything.
Yeah, man. This Federal Reserve Act, it was established back in like 1913. And they created it. It was basically a system for the Board of Governors, a federal agency in D.C., and they have 12 of them throughout the whole United States.
Yeah.
And what they try to tell you with the system is it helps like stability in the financial department, which you never see. They help promote stable prices, maximum employment, and moderate interest rates. We don't ever see any of that, man. So it's all like a made up fucking reserve, man, to just extort money, basically, man.
So what it is basically like the governing body of our country
Yeah,
that finances the
yeah.
people and sets everything, prices and all that. But people always feel they want to blame the president for doing this, but it's really the Federal Reserve that controls everything.
Everything, the consumers, everything, man.
Mhm.
How the payment system efficiency works, all that. They set everything, all that up, man.
So it says the Federal Reserve System has a unique structure that is both public and private and described as an independent within the government rather than independent of government. The system does not require public funding and derives its authority and purpose from the Federal Reserve Act, which was passed, which Wayne previously said in 1913. Right? So to control everything. The four components of the Federal Reserve System are the Board of Governors, which Wayne, you said we never even hear who they are.
They are.
The Federal Open Market Committee, the 12 regional Federal Reserve banks, and then the member banks throughout the country.
Yeah.
So, you have 12 Federal Reserve banks, which I didn't know this.
Right.
In the big cities like Boston, New York, Philly, Cleveland, well, there's one in Richmond.
And then when they want to increase like the money supply, like printing more money, like all of that gets sent through the small banks.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't just come straight from the Federal Reserve. They put it into the small banks, and then the small banks kind of basically work all that money out into the economy.
Right.
So you never really know who these people really are, the Federal Reserve, man, because everything really goes through the small people.
Right. All right. So here's the structure. It does say Board of Governors, which there are 7 members appointed by the President of the United States and confirmed by the Senate.
So that would mean that the president does have a big say in that.
So yeah, so I'll take that back. They do have a say
because they're one of the Board of Governors.
But if they choose who's in there, that means they can handpick their people.
Well, it has to be,
you know what I mean?
by the Senate.
Yeah, the Senate approves it.
Yeah, but the president approves them too.
Basically, he can suggest like anything, but like that's why we say our country is not supposedly a dictatorship. It has to go through Senate or whatever.
Right.
Anything they did to get approved or voted on. So there's 7 members, 5 of the 12 Reserve Banks presidents here. So,
like when you have natural disasters, man, that's where most of your money is coming from, the Federal Reserve.
yeah,
Those are the people that support those states that have the disasters, man. Why does it take forever in certain states? I believe the ethnic of people where they live at, I mean, that has a lot to do with why they don't get money or assistance right away, man. Like we saw the whole thing happen down in New Orleans. I mean, it took forever for anybody to even get a dime out of the government, man.
Yeah, Wayne. And when Ukraine needs money, we send them $200 billion, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because we always want to look good to the rest of the world. In our own country, we don't look good at all because everybody's out here struggling. All of us are struggling as the most part as a people. People ain't making ends meet too much and just getting by. Homelessness is all at an all-time high, and half of them are veterans. So our country, I ain't gonna care what nobody says. Our country's full of shit, man, and everything.
Yeah, because the people that run our country, man, like they're fucking benefiting themselves, man, by helping other countries out. Like when they help other countries out, it's not helping us, it's helping people that are higher up, the elites.
They're just keeping their good standing in position with those other countries that they don't want to rock us. So they want to make sure we're in good standings with Russia and China and some of them countries that we don't want no beef with, actually.
Exactly.
But in reality, it's dumb because why can't you help your own people out first then?
Well, they'll help you out. You can get money from the bank, but you're going to pay interest. You got to if you get $10, you're paying back 16 or 17. Meanwhile, we'll just give somebody $200 billion interest free.
It's a lose-lose for the people that live here. It's a win if you look about like you need help now, you need food or you need diapers or whatever. They might help you, but if you always owing extra on all that, then that ain't no win.
Yeah, it's
That's why I
definitely.
say at the end of the day, people be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Don't pay them back. Like everybody's like you shouldn't even pay off your college loans and none of that. Don't pay them back. Education should be free.
Well, that's what Trump's trying to say now. He's like, he's going to try to make education free for college students. I'm like, what? Like, how the hell are you going to be able to do that, man?
But
Like,
I also heard he's getting rid of the whole Department of Education.
and I also heard that he's trying to push to have no taxes on any overtime that you work.
Which
I
means
mean,
y'all won't be working more than 40 no more, ladies and gentlemen.
he's promising a lot, man.
Man,
Yeah, but you
promises
don't know if
promises
that
are meant to
stuff's
be
really going
broken.
to go through.
Yeah, man, because
He lying.
everything that he's saying that he's going to change has to be signed off. So
Yeah.
if they don't agree with what he wants to be changed, man, it's not going to get signed off. It sounds good, man. That's why all these campaigns and elections, I mean, it's just brainwashing the people to sucker them out of their vote.
It's to get a vote, and that overtime thing, man, his people around him could pull him to the side and be like, man, you can't do that. We'll lose too much money. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, if they do
That's
do
what's going
that,
to happen.
no, if they do that, then you'll see companies start to say, hey, no, there's no overtime. You can't work no overtime.
Yeah.
They won't give you overtime. That's how they'll benefit that system.
Yeah, you're right. You'll see overtime go away real quick.
Overtime will get cut out at a lot of companies.
I'd be cool with that because
won't complain.
I think we should work about 3 days a week and be off 4. Like they ain't got no good work-life balance. Work 5 days at least and be off 2. And then one day you got to run around and do everything you couldn't do when you worked, and the other one you're so tired you got to rest.
Yeah.
Well, it could be set up like that, but they create the system to not be like that. They create the system as a fucking rich economy, man. Like everything that we buy and do, it just keeps going up. Groceries, gas, clothes, everything that you used to buy years ago, they're not doing anything different with a lot of shit, especially with the food, but it all went up.
Well, what hasn't changed is everybody's pay scale.
Definitely.
I mean, you're getting
your pay scale has changed, but it's only changed to still hit that median point.
Yep.
You know,
bare minimum.
Yeah.
The thing is, they're just continuously separating the elite from the lower class, and there is pretty much no middle class no more. Even the people now that live in certain neighborhoods that used to be middle class, those are lower class now. Yeah. So the old school lower class is just extremely low.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, man, and it's like it's not even like they're trying to hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right there. It's like written all over your face. Like
because it goes right back to us. If we're gonna keep doing what they ask and tell us to do, then they're gonna keep doing it. And they're gonna keep raising it.
Yeah, man. The people gotta realize and understand that we have to come together, man. If we don't ever come together, then this is the world that we'll always live in.
Yep.
Like black communities, like there's not a lot of black owned things, man. Like the black community, they need to come together. The black businesses that are out there, the black people need to be supporting them. You know, that's how you build one race up, man. But, you know, we're out here giving the money back to all the elite people, man. We're out here buying this Balenciaga and the Gucci and the Pradas and the Nikes, man. We're giving the money right back to them, man. We need to stop doing it.
And that's all their money. And on top of that, it takes them only a few dollars to make most of that. And they charge people out the ass. And people like, oh, I got to have it. And then they spend all this money to get that stuff. For what? Because you want to look like you're cool with a Gucci belt or a pair of Jordans? You don't need that stupid shit. We can understand why kids think like that because we're kids, we're learning. But when you get older, you don't need that. And most of like Balenciaga, that's a devil worshiper thing.
Yeah, well, to get deeper into that, those aren't even American companies. Those companies are over in Europe, Italy, France. Like that fashion, it's not even in the United States.
Right.
But I don't understand why people don't get it, why we help them a lot. Why wouldn't we help them? Most of our people that run this country are from those countries.
We help them a lot because of trade.
But we came from those countries.
We get a lot of imports, man. We get a lot of our goods imported. So that's where the ties come in, man. They can have them make shit for cheap, bring it here, and then charge the American people 300%. It's wrong to the American people, but that's them being
But the
greedy,
people in
and that's them
America
being the
love it.
devil.
Look how many people we all know that want to get that dumb shit. They were like, "Oh, I got this," and they feel like they're not keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak, if they don't have any of that. And I'm like, that's so stupid. Nowadays, when people look at my clothes, if it's not my work shirt, it's like a plain shirt, plain hoodie, pair of sweats, or a pair of jeans that's cost $20. I don't need all that extra shit. And I don't care if somebody's like, "Oh, what's he wearing?" Shit, same thing as you. Mine just didn't cost as much.
Right. Like, I remember my dad, when I was a kid growing up, man, he used to watch a lot of Westerns, man. I remember they used to go into the saloon, man, and get a draft beer for 5 cents, man. Like, you ain't getting no beer out here for 5 cents no more, man.
Well, that's
They used to eat, and even in the 50s
They
and
used to bring
60s,
a
they had
whole
McDonald's,
They used
a
to
whole
bring a
meal
whole
for
bottle
$1 or
to the
less.
fucking table, man. Bring a whole bottle to your table for a fucking quarter.
Yeah. The whole bottle of bourbon for a
Whole bottle
quarter.
of bourbon, man. You get wasted, or whiskey, whatever it was, man. You getting wasted for 25 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can't even get a nip for that.
Right.
Man, remember Chris Rock in that one movie? He was like, "How much for one rib?"
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna get you, sucker.
He said, "We don't just sell one rib."
Yeah.
How much for a soda? $1. How much for a cup?
Do y'all remember, speaking of inflation, I guess we're on to that, because this has to do with Federal Reserve. Like, I remember as a kid going to 7-Eleven, because I went to live by 7-Eleven on the north side. It's like I would buy a soda and a Charleston chew for like, I think it was a little over $1 because you got the soda was like 59 cents or 69 cents. For 16, what we buy now, bottle, and then the candy bar was like 40 cents or whatever. But then I remember one day going in, and that shit jumped to 99 cents. They said I was so mad because I didn't have enough money. And I was like, geez, is this right? Yeah. Prices are going up. Dude, it jumped like 30 cents in a 24 hours. I mean,
That's those board of governors, man, controlling the economy and what they want shit set at. So then it makes the consumer raise their prices, man.
mm-hmm.
They're all tied in together, man. All the elites are just tied in together, man, to make us struggle, man.
Yeah, and that goes back to, like I say, that was back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Or late 80s.
I remember back in the 90s, man, gas was like 79 cents a gallon.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
It was in the 90s.
It being in the 90s, 90-some cents.
It was 99 cents when I had a car. 99 cents there at like Sheets on Pleasant Valley and stuff. It wasn't that much money.
Dude, and it was just like an overnight thing where shit just jumped.
Yeah, 2000s and 9/11, they did all that on purpose. Remember, you said we didn't really speak about 9/11 before. We don't have to get into it yet, but that's when everything really changed.
Oh, well, things changed, but I'm saying this shit it's been happening. I mean, we were kids then when prices jumped up, and that was Reagan in office, right? If we want to get on Reagan administration, so.
Well, I don't remember prices in the 80s because I ain't buy anything. I was a baby all the way to like 9 years old.
Right, I'm 70 years old, so
I wasn't buying anything in the 80s though. I was stealing everything from Nichols over there on Berryville Avenue.
Like in my mind, the state and the government, like they should provide us information of where most of our money is getting spent at.
You think they're
where are you really spending all of our tax-paying money, man? I want a breakdown.
Well, I wonder if
these should be posted on like those digital billboards that you ride by, man. Like you ride by and they say like the HOV lane, only 2 people. Now I want to see the price of what you put back into VDOT.
Yeah.
Infrastructure. I want to see the numbers.
Right.
Taxes keep going up, man, but where's it going?
Well, Wayne, back to Federal Reserve, I think you mentioned this already, right? Is that their main purpose is to promote effectively maximize employment, stable prices, and moderate long-term interest rates. Is what so if they control it, like everything goes up.
So they're not doing a good job.
Exactly.
See, keyword is stable prices.
Stable. What's stable to us? It's not stable to them.
It's how they can feed their pockets.
We're not seeing eye to eye, man. They're only seeing their eye.
Well, you got to think it's a banking system. So, like you said, this shit was put into place to make to make them money.
Yeah,
Right. Point blank.
I'm over it, man. You know what I mean? That's why we got this platform, man. We're gonna let these people know. So people need to educate themselves, man.
Yeah. So look into that Federal Reserve, everyone. Definitely controls the country and the way we roll.
Controls all the money flow, man.
So there you go. Yeah, it's like the central banking system serves a handful of financiers at the expense of small producers, businesses, farmers, and consumers. And it could stabilize the economy through inflation. So basically, they're supposed to keep everything stable, even, and does it?
They're supposed to, but does it happen?
Everything fluctuates.
Do you see it? Do my brother see it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do y'all see a change?
No, I just see the same vicious cycle. Like I tell her, it's like everybody bitches. Gas prices is a great example. Like when the gas prices go up every year, it doesn't matter who's in office. This has been an ongoing for ages in the summertime. Why? Because everybody travels, and then they go down because everybody's sitting their ass at home in the wintertime.
Yeah.
People don't realize, like, dude, it's a vicious cycle. But people are, oh man, the price, they're going to lower them. Dude, it's the same thing over and over. Yeah.
It's a cycle for them to just stay wealthy, man. You got to think about it. Like, they're in good standings with other country where a lot of our oil comes from. So if you're getting good numbers on it, why are you charging us overpriced numbers, man? Like,
so that's just one, one
it just
example.
Doesn't add up to me, man. You know what I mean?
But they want to say, oh, supply and demand. Bro, we're not running out of gas.
We're not.
Or anything. No. It's just that.
Most of the oil comes from the Middle East and overseas. It's not from the same reason why we try to kill all them people over there.
But why?
Yeah,
why do we have to bring import gas and oil, and we have oil right off our own coast in the Gulf of Mexico?
Because them motherfuckers don't know what they're doing.
Like we have oil rigs and stuff right there in our own country off the Gulf. Am I right or wrong?
No,
you're
right.
Well, we get it from the Middle East and stuff. So that's my question. Why don't we have it right here in our homeland?
Well, that's what Trump wants to do. He wants to drill on our own land.
If we drill oil if we drill for more oil in this country, it'll flood the market and it'll bring the prices down. And they want to keep the prices high. It's all about money.
Yeah, there you go. Why don't people bitch about that? We have a shit right here. We grow our own shit in our own country. We don't have farm. Well, we are running out of farmland, but still we grow shit.
Yeah,
right here.
Everything.
I can see certain things, but food, everything. We grow tomatoes, oranges, everything's right here in our own country. But we get it from everywhere else.
Exactly.
All right.
We keep it real with our oranges, though. We keep that shit coming from Florida, baby.
But do we? I
don't know.
Like they might just put on it's from Florida, but they're not. They're getting it from Japan or something. Who knows? So, all right, guys. The Federal Reserve. We're moving on. We touched on that, and we wanted to talk about time. The history of the calendar, how it affects everything, right, Chris? Chris just got this odd look. Chris, you good?
Yeah, I thought it was muted.
No,
like Billy Hoyle. I'm in the
that's
zone,
me.
man.
That's me being stuck trying to figure out what is time.
So,
I'm just living, man. I don't know. You guys call things time, and they got you guys so much in life believing in it that you think you got to go buy a new clock and a watch. I need this new watch, $100,000 watch, and tell me what time it is.
So I'll touch on it. It's like the history of the calendars can be traced back to ancient civilization times. right? So shoot back to 18,000 BC. You got so many different calendars, and of course, we are in agreement here. Of course, it's man-made because one of the debates right now is that there's supposed to be a 13th month that we cut out of the calendar.
Some countries still have 13-month calendars they use.
Really?
Well, yeah. So this is how, Tony, you're right, because the problem is the actual length of a day is 23 hours and 56 minutes and 4 seconds. A month is 29.5 days, and a year is 365.24 days, which makes it difficult to devise an exact calendar that is easy to follow. So that's how you get your 12
Yeah,
months
they're rounding it up or down. Whatever.
And there used to be, when it first came out, the Egyptians tried to make every month 30 days. Mm-hmm. And then that's when they started going into that lunar and solar shit. And then they like invented a leap year. Yep. And then that's what like basically changed the whole calendar year around.
I don't get the leap year. Like I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like, and like you said, there's numerous calendars though. Like everybody just don't go by the calendar that we have. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you're right. Around the world, there's different countries.
Like the Romans, they go by the Julian calendar. Like, I mean, there's plenty of calendars, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Chris, like you said, you were right. There's plenty of calendars. Chris touched on it, saying not everybody goes by the same calendar.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me, but it is what it is. Yeah, and then also, you get the time. We always talk about daylight savings time. Like, what is that?
They're trying to synchronize. Well, they try to synchronize everything within like lunar cycles and focusing on realigning it with the solar year.
Yeah.
So, I understand. So until they can pinpoint that, there's never going to be an exact time or calendar, man. Like, and I also did like some research, like in like Norway. Like, I heard that it's like half the year in Norway is daytime, and then the other half of the year is night. Could you imagine doing that? Like 6 months coming out of your house every day, it's dark.
Which country was this?
This is Norway.
Oh, well, that's Alaska too.
Yeah, they're like it's half the year night and half the year day. Like that shit would have me fucked up.
Oh yeah, for real. I couldn't imagine.
And I believe Chris told me a few days ago, like that it was like a #1 suicide rate too, like in Norway, man, because of that.
I could believe that, being in darkness for 24 hours at 6 months or so out of the year.
Yeah, it's almost like people are just cooped up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't live like that.
I mean, my other brothers, what do y'all think about the time and calendar?
I don't know. They're muted. They're awfully quiet. Zeb, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm listening to y'all. Yeah, the calendar we use, it was created by Julius Caesar.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
That's because that was the very first. Well, that wasn't the first but the calendar we use today, right?
The calendar that we use is Julius Caesar.
Yeah,
but the first initial calendar was not him.
Isn't it kind of weird though that the calendar we use was made by somebody that tried to rule the world? Isn't that weird?
Good point.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said the earliest calendar days date back to like the Bronze Age with civilization in the Near East region, such as like Babylon. So Babylon is really where like the very first calendar was basically put out.
So yeah, what always gets me, well, I'll say this for what the 13th month is supposed to be called. It starts with a D. What was it? What was the 13th month? December, not December, but December or something. I don't know. It's something weird.
Yeah, the shit's all like, it's from the Romans. It goes back to like the Latin words. Like, so the days of the week were named by Romans with Latin words for the sun, the moon, and the five known planets.
Mm-hmm.
So like those Latin words basically is similar into an English word. You know what I mean? Like Tuesday. In Latin, dies Martis, named after Mars, the Roman god of war. And in French, the day is still called Mardia. In Anglo-Saxon, however, it is Tuesday. Tuesday. It's like some Latin shit. It's spelled like fucking so weird, man. So basically, like every day of the week basically comes from like a Latin word.
Well, isn't everything supposed through time Latin?
Yeah.
When you really think about it, supposedly all Latin.
Weird, man.
Yeah, Latin words. So, and then like what I was getting at is like daylight savings time blows my mind because I don't know. I know why the reason they say we do it is because of farming. You know, for farmers is why they started daylight saving time. But honestly, there's no need for it at all.
Really not.
Because what you have, I think, in the United States, Arizona is the only state that doesn't recognize daylight savings time.
Well, I guess they try to put that to keep us programmed, man. You know, like robots, basically. That's why we all work at 9 to 5. We come home, we shower, we eat, we go to bed, we get up, we do it again. Like they're trying to keep us like on this robotic schedule, man.
And that's why they created the school system the same way.
Exactly.
You know, the kids, we get used to it as a kid. You get up, you go in, and what you got to do? You got to sit in classrooms in your assigned seats and stuff. And even if you need to take a pee, you have to ask permission. So they conform you already to get used to it. Get used to listening and following orders.
Yeah.
Because when you're done with school, you're going to go get you a job. And like Wayne said, it's typically called a 9 to 5, even though you can work any hours of the day. But you're going to listen to somebody. You got supervisors and managers and all these people in corporate, most of them jobs, like you got people to listen to. So they get you ready for it. The whole system is created like that. From work to school and the calendar, the hours of the day, they created all that.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Like, and just think about it. Like when we were in school, did they even talk about time or the calendar? They don't talk about stuff like that, do they?
Nope. They only tell you about the calendar if you got a snow day that you're gonna make it up.
That's very true.
Right. That's about it.
That's funny, but it's very true.
Yeah.
Man.
But a good point about the day, you know, we're programmed is what a lot of people always talk about. Man, I woke up in the dark and I left work in the dark. And would you, to your point, Wayne, where people live where it's like 6 months of darkness, well, kind of when it starts, people kind of get that gloomy, depressed, you know, so it's like you're programmed that way, right? I mean, I've known a lot of jobs I've worked. Yep, I get up early, it's dark, and then I'm like, damn, it's dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you work till 5, 6, say that, you know, so you're waking up and leaving in darkness.
Yeah, so I couldn't live anywhere that's always dark. Trust me. Nope.
You don't want to move to Alaska?
Man. Fuck Norway, fuck Alaska, fuck all of that shit, man.
But see, then they have the opposite of where then it's daylight for half the 24/7. That's where that insomnia kicks in.
Sleep. You wouldn't be able to sleep.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You know, reminds me of that movie that it was Insomnia, that who was in it? Al Pacino, I think, played in that movie.
Man, I'm about to leave the country, man, because I've been doing my research, man. I can live a lot wealthier in other countries with money I got, man. Like, I'm trying to tell you, man, like, you know, you go to Florida and you pay for a studio home, you're paying like $6,900, maybe $7,000 a month just for a studio, man. Man, you go to a different country, man, you know what you're going to get with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You be living like a king.
Japan, Dubai, like, man, y'all better start researching, man. Like,
we're going to get
it don't cost a lot of money to have a nice big home, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. Look, man, America's not where it's at, man.
There's places that will pay you to move there in this country and in other countries. They will pay you to move there.
Well, yeah.
I love my American brothers with opinions.
So you leaving, Wayne? Is that what you're saying? You buying an island or something?
Man, hey, look, that's my destination, man. I gotta get out of here.
There. All right.
I gotta find out if the family's coming with me or not.
You coming with me or not? But Jerry Maguire, who's with me?
Man, I'm just trying to keep it real, man. I do a lot of reading and researching nowadays, man. Like, this is not where I want to be right now.
Gotcha, man. I didn't know that's news to me.
Yeah, man.
So,
hey, we're not designed as robots, man. That's how they try to create us and brainwash.
Yeah.
And I'm not with that entirely.
It's the same old shit, right? Like since we've been out of high school, it's just the same old shit.
Yeah, man. You work all these weekdays just to be weakened.
Yeah.
Weekend.
yeah.
And then what do you want to do on the weekend? Just sleep.
Most of the time.
And then you're right back to the
Well, not us.
weekdays
We're built different. B.W.O is built different. We don't sleep.
I mean, I do. I'm an old man. I don't know about y'all. Y'all watched the Tyson fight. I didn't.
Yeah, stayed up and had to go right to work at 5 in the morning. Get up at 4. I was up to like 1.
I told my brothers, I said I was going to watch it. Hey.
Knocked out.
Hey. Sounds good.
Right. So, all right, everybody, the calendar time. There's our opinions on that. And so, moving on to another big topic.
Because we have to move on because of time.
Yeah, that's true. We're on
a time schedule, man.
But we wanted to discuss the rumors of Deion Sanders maybe becoming the Cowboys' next head coach.
Zeb, tell him that's so funny.
That's just to try to get his son.
But he can try. He could be possibly a coach of any NFL team. I get why they're saying Dallas all of a sudden because he played there and Jerry Jones is Jerry Jones, but who's to say he couldn't go to another franchise and be their head coach?
Well,
why is it Dallas?
We know why
to replace Dak Prescott.
This is all for entertainment purposes only.
Dallas is not getting the number 1 pick. That means y'all would have the worst record. Football is different than basketball. So you have the worst record, you get the top pick.
Oh, well, of course. But it's just interesting to talk about because what if Jerry Jones hires Deion? This is a big what if because I feel it's not going to happen.
It's not happening.
But
I'll explain after you.
Yeah, and then it's like to me because of course Deion wants his son. He wants Travis Hunter. To me, dude, he would have so much he's going to decide where they're going to go. And of course, they'd probably be like, I'm only playing for my dad. That's the interesting part.
But Travis Hunter's not his son. Travis Hunter's the best player in college, and whatever team gets the top pick, most of them should take that kid.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. It's like he can refuse to play for it, right? Players have done it. John Elway, when he got drafted by
Eli Manning did it.
Eli Manning did it. Was like, no, I'm not playing for that team. So to me, that's the interesting part. If it happens,
and Deion,
he will
do that
regardless.
But they both are not going to the same team.
I'm saying they could just be like, that's all who I'm playing for, right? So that's the interesting part.
Yeah, but there's an incentive on rookies, right? Right? Like the first draft pick, I think they get $30 million.
Well, yeah, if you're drafted.
Like if you refuse, you're losing money. Like with each draft they pass you by, you're losing millions of dollars for a rookie. So
I don't see the other owners and organizations being like, yeah, we're going to help Jerry out. Let's let him get Travis and Schrader. Like, it ain't happening.
Oh, I'm just saying, what if
he can get Deion to be the coach and get his son or Travis, but he's not getting both of those kids.
Well, we know definitely if Deion goes coaches somewhere, say wherever, he's going to get his son. Regardless. I don't give a damn if the team has the last pick. He will get his son on his team somehow, some way.
By a trade, because he'll definitely get picked quicker than number 30 or 32.
I mean, come on, you know that. Don't be naive like going into that Tyson Paul fight.
But Sanders is nowhere near Bronny. Like, he's definitely a legit player to go into the league.
Well, yeah, of course. I think Shador he's legit. I think he's a good quarterback. So, but the thing is, the top is, hey, that's just what if. It's a big what if though. But honestly, in my opinion, I don't see Dion being the Cowboys head coach because Jerry, he don't give nobody control. So and there's no way. I don't see it happening.
He doesn't
Talking
know how to
about
manage
time,
a
how much
team.
time does Jerry have left?
Right. Speaking of time,
Yeah, like
was
for
at the
real, he's
Titans,
not going to
right?
be around much longer. He's going to have to give up control to that team.
as a Cowboy fan, for years I'm like he has to go. And the thing is, look what Washington did. They got rid of Dan Snyder, and look, that whole franchise has turned around overnight. Like the Lions, I don't think they changed man. They probably changed not owner, but Washington is a prime example of clean freaking house. Jerry's got to give it up. It's been what since '96, our last Super Bowl, and
Detroit's owned by people that own Ford, but they don't manage the team. They hired somebody to come in and manage the team.
yeah.
That's how.
I don't even think y'all haven't even been to the NFC Championship since then.
Nope, we haven't even made it past. Well, we made it the second a couple years ago when we beat Tampa. But yeah, we haven't made it to an NFC Championship game, and that it's crazy.
We were all teenagers then.
Yeah,
I don't see Dion being the coach of Dallas. I see McCarthy being out of Dallas, but if the season ended today, Dallas would probably have like the 11th pick in the draft. So with that being said, there's so many teams that are above them that are 2-7. Jacksonville's 2-8. The Giants are 2-8. So it's kind of too early to determine how the top 10 is going to round out. So with that being said, man, I don't even see Dion coming to the NFL to be a coach, man. If he does, it's going to be one of them things where he waits to see where his son goes and then something happens, but he won't be a coach before the draft even happens. That's just my opinion. And Shador Sanders, man. I mean, my bad. Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is going to go in probably the top 5, man. So if it had to end right now today, the top 5 would be Jacksonville, Giants, Tennessee, Cleveland, Vegas. Where could you see Travis Hunter going out of those 5 teams?
He's going number 1. If he doesn't, it's because they're going to either take Sanders or they're going to take the quarterback from Miami, I think.
Well, if the season ended right now, that pick would go to Jacksonville, and I'm pretty sure they're cool with Lawrence, so they wouldn't take a quarterback.
And they
definitely need a receiver. So
we're getting Dion. Haters.
Nah, he would have a bad experience. It's like Jimmy Johnson. Man, he was best friends with Jerry Jones, and once he worked for him, it's done. Like they don't want to speak to each other anymore. It'll be the same thing with Dion. It'll be a bad experience for him.
They won't even get him, Zed, because Shador is not going to land to them. And even when Dallas's time comes up to pick, if they know what's good for him, they better take that running back out of Boise State.
Yep, I agree. You got to take the best athlete.
You got it, man. Right now, man, you got it. Y'all have no fucking running back, bro.
It's like, yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is,
fuck Dak. I mean, y'all can figure that out, but y'all need a fucking running back.
But Dallas has holes everywhere. But at the time, it's like sometimes if that boy is sitting there, young man, I should say, you take him. It was like the year they drafted Zeke. They were like, we have to take the best athlete.
You got you.
And
man.
sometimes it's like it trumps everything else. You can't pass up on a stud like that.
I always say that the most best record teams in the league are more balanced when it comes to running pass, man. They mix it up. You can't just be one dimensional when it comes to playing in the NFL.
Well, you got to think about it. You got Baltimore, who can run and pass. You got
the Chiefs.
They
can run and they can pass. The Lions.
Yep.
They can run, they can pass. The Commanders.
Yep.
They can run, they can pass.
I
Everybody that's
hate
got
to
top
agree with
records,
that, but
everybody's got top records is mixing the plays up, man. You got to be able to do
both.
two dimensions. When
And
it
we
comes
didn't
to
pass the ball much last week on Thursday, and we lost. So you got to be able to do both. You're right. When we lost sight of that on Thursday night, we lost to Philly because we was just trying to run the ball the whole time. And then at the end of the day, you have Terry McLaurin. Wayne, we spoke about it. You got to get that young man to rock.
Right. Yep.
As a coach, you have to design plays. If he's not getting open on outside the numbers, you've got to design plays on to bring him in motion or work him back inside the numbers to create mismatches. If you can't do that, man, then Terry McLaurin's going to have a night like he did on Thursday, 1 catch for 10 yards. Just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Cliff Kingsbury in my eye, man. He's got to recognize that.
Enough about Washington. I don't care. No, but kudos.
We were just saying in general, though. You got to be two-dimensional. That was the whole point behind
I get you. Yeah. Like I said, I hate to agree, but I got
y'all got to let Zeb get his
y'all
shine
suck
on,
because
man.
y'all ain't
nice.
Y'all
So
ain't one-dimensional.
on Thanksgiving, we always get only 2 teams always guaranteed, and it's been like that for like 70 years. It's Dallas and it's Detroit. They always have their home game and they play. Dallas is going to be boring unless they play a better opponent. But Detroit is lit right now, Zeb. So what you want to say about them?
Well, how many years was Detroit mediocre and played every freaking Thanksgiving?
For like 50.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Look who they played. Most of the time, who they play. Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
You got a lot of Green Bay fans in the world. You got a lot of Lion fans, believe it or not. You got a lot of Cowboy fans. You got a lot of Commander fans. That's why you always see those games. It's all about TV ratings.
But so, Zeb, go ahead. The Lions are your team.
All right. It's the first time we've had the best record in the NFL for a long time. I don't remember like having the best record in the NFL.
Well, NFC because the Chiefs are undefeated.
Oh, yeah, Chiefs are undefeated.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're right. That could be the Super Bowl, though.
But see, Zeb's the only Lions fan in the whole state of Virginia. I believe.
I met somebody in 7-Eleven like last year. He was wearing a Lions shirt. I was like, "Is that your team?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Me too."
Really?
I shook his hand.
Oh, see, yeah. But hey, I mean, I'm happy for you because hey, the Lions have been the bottom of the NFL for having.
Well, we were good. We were good when Mariucci was coaching. We had Megatron and Stafford and Sue.
Well, yeah,
beating people up.
But it's like it was kind of like you always knew what was coming. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Cowboys. Like we know we're a first round exit, but now it's like you guys are elite now.
Well, we always had Green Bay in our way. Green Bay is just a powerhouse.
Well, you know why they're elite now, and I tip my hat to Dan Campbell. Dan came in there with that attitude of winning, and he wasn't going to tolerate anybody that didn't like that attitude. Anybody that didn't like that attitude was on their way out. So big up to Campbell for changing that whole locker room around, which is going on in Washington. I know you don't want to talk about Washington, but we always pop back in there because we changed the culture in that locker room.
Yeah, you changed the culture of the whole franchise.
Whoever's toxic in that locker room, they got to go.
Well, you think of all your winning franchises, you make a good point. You got to change the culture. It starts with the head coach. You got Dan Campbell in Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, then you got Mike Tomlin comes to mind in Pittsburgh. Look at that man has been doing it for what? This is his 18th season and never had a losing season.
Yeah.
Ever in 18 years.
Hey, my favorite post-game joint was with Mike Singletary. He said, I want winners. That's what I want in my locker room, man. I can't deal with them if they ain't.
Yeah. I mean,
and shout out to Detroit because they lost their best player.
Yeah, man, but
oh yeah, they're Hutchinson.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
I thought they picked that one dude up from the Patriots.
But they still lost their best player. That's all I'm saying. And like they just keep getting it. Yeah. And they're beating
he'll be back.
Like 30 a game.
Yeah, but they trying to say that
back?
He'll be back for the Super Bowl. We're going to be in the Super Bowl.
He said he'll be back, man. We're going
to cut the shit. He'll be back for the Super Bowl and then be out for the start of next year. They don't do that. But anyway, that dude that they traded from the Patriots, man, they said he's been making big plays for him, man. So, I mean, but one player don't make a team, man. But it is like Chris said, it's their best player on defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that vocal point, that leadership, you can't replace that. But as far as the player, it's got to be the next man up, man.
But you see what happened with Hanley without Tristan.
Next man up.
He did come up, but we went down.
Yeah. over one costly mistake. But you live and learn, though, right? Hopefully he doesn't throw another pick like that next year. You know,
he won't get a chance. He's a senior.
Oh, Prosser's a senior?
Yeah.
Well, he was a senior this year. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they have I can't remember the kid's name, but I think they do have a junior, the third string that transferred to Hanley.
So what is Tristan really? Is he a running back? What would y'all?
He's a quarterback.
Is he hands down a quarterback? Because I mean, he's
an athlete.
They gave him first team all athlete. Like I'm trying to figure this out. What is he?
He's the quarterback, but I feel you're talking about because he got like all purpose.
Yeah,
because they wasn't going to give it to the freshman when they got that kid from Sarando.
Yeah, to me it was just they did that to give him his shine, basically.
But the kid from Sarando put up more numbers in the air.
So that's what
they was going to give him the quarterback.
So that's what we're doing now with awards. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
Right.
We give it to the best player, best athlete at that position, best numbers. If he had the better numbers at quarterback, he should have got first team quarterback. I don't care if he's a freshman.
But the kid from Sarando had more yards, more yards in the air, more touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay. They threw for
Tristan probably had way more all-purpose yards though, and he got all-purpose player of the year.
And both of those teams' records were better.
They were both 8-1 heading into that game when Tristan got hurt.
All right, then that makes sense then.
Yeah, I mean, nothing taken away from, but yeah, right. Chris is right. Like they were seniors, which they're going to get, that.
Right.
But the Kettle Run quarterback and Michael Carlson, for Sarando, they're good. Like they're legit. I mean, it was well deserved. I feel they got it right. Tristan will have his next, coming back next year as a sophomore. I'm sure he'll get it. I guarantee he'll get first team, all region, whatever at quarterback. It'll be his time next year, but he still got mentioned. So,
I mean, he made first team, so he's fine.
Yeah, he still made first team, so that's nothing to sneeze at.
And Zayden made first team.
I think Wayne's ready for his picks.
3 positions.
I think Wayne's ready to give his picks and wrap this thing up.
After I did last week, I shouldn't give no picks.
Hey, after me tooting your horn saying you're 99.9% correct, you might.
Nah, man, I just be trying to help the people out. Sometimes I'm incorrect, sometimes I'm right. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion because I'm a brother.
Yep.
You just got to pick Detroit to win and Dallas to lose, and you might be halfway there.
Yeah,
but nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Last week I went 4-4, 50-50. Didn't like it. I lost the Texans. I lost the Commanders game, the Falcons game, and the Bears game last week.
But we knew we were going to lose, man. You got to be honest. We knew we was probably going to lose that game, and we did.
That's just one of them pride things. I just didn't want. I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I got to ride or die with my Washington squad, man. So don't listen to me when it comes to that Commanders game sometimes. But this week,
it's all good. We got 10 days before we play again, and then 7 days now.
Yeah, this week I'm going every last game.
We'll have our bye. We haven't had that yet. Jaden needs some rest.
Man, we need that bye week, man. We need the bye week.
All right, Wayne, get your picks. Let's go.
All right, we're going.
What you got?
We're going every game this Sunday, man. Every game. We're not doing no 4-leg, no 7-leg. We're going every game, man. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going 12 legs, baby. Hopefully we can hit this one on the nose. All right, this week, I like Pittsburgh over the Ravens. That's one of my upsets.
Ooh.
I like the Lions over the Jaguars. I like the Rams over the Patriots. I like the Vikings over the Titans. I like the Dolphins in a close one with the Raiders. I like the Cincinnati Bengals over the Chargers. And I like the Browns to beat the New Orleans Saints at home. The Colts over the Jets. Green Bay over Chicago. Denver over Atlanta. 49ers over the Seahawks, which would be another tight game. And I like the first loss of the year, another upset, the Bills over the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, yep. Kansas City might go down today. I'm with you on that. I think Buffalo is going to get them. Because Mahomes has not been looking like the old Mahomes. Yeah, I think he's thrown a pick every game, right? Every game, I think he's thrown an interception. Last I heard.
I don't like to say it, but the refs helped him out a lot. I don't like to talk about the refs, you know what I mean? But They've been helping them out a lot this year. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Here we go with them reps.
To maintain that undefeated record. That's just all I'm saying.
Right.
But there's my 12 leg for you this week. You can tweak it however you want to tweak it. That's what I'm riding with. Tune in with you next Sunday, let you know how the record turned out.
All right, everybody. Well, we appreciate having Zayden Burks on this morning, local legend, giving him his shine, and everybody chime in, give your feedback. And I think you might not be able to message us on Facebook due to Zeb getting us suspended, but you can attempt hit us up on Messenger. It should be fine. Give us feedback, everybody. But it was a pleasure having Zayden Burks on this morning. Plays for Skyline High School out of Front Royal, so he's doing his thing, and wish him future success. So all right, guys. Great show, and we'll see everybody next Sunday. Tune in then. All right, everybody. Peace.
With opinions, big voice, no silence, revolution televised. Ain't no good in private, not knowledge to the ignorant. Ain't never been bliss. Stand up and be heard. We the new activists. Yeah, brothers with opinion, let the convo begin. You know communication key, but then you must comprehend. Preach, B.W.O. Let your voices be heard. We enlightened by the truth, and now we spreading the word. Let's go. How do we learn to live when we conditioned to die? Most people fail before they start because they don't ever try. Man, they told us we was worthless. We believed in the lie. We took it way too literal when Big said ready to die. You know the KKK turned the cops in disguise. Man, a lot done changed, but race still applies. 5-0, hands up, don't even ask why. Trayvon, Mike Brown, man, another mother's cry. Hey, B.W.